Joining us right now in studio, Glenn Ritchie from Texas Tech Plant and Soil Sciences. Glenn, thanks for coming in today.
Well, thank you, Rob and Laura. I'm excited to be here this morning.
Yeah, great to meet you. We've been meeting a lot of people from your Department of Tech over the past month or so, just hearing about a lot of the great things that Plant and Soil Sciences does on campus and in the community.
Yeah, we do have a lot of things going on, and for as small of a department as we are, we have a big impact in the community. We're fortunate to have about 120 undergraduate students in our program right now. By the way, we also just gave out $120,000 in departmental scholarships, and so even though I wasn't a math major, I'm pretty good at figuring out about what everybody got on that. We also have an agronomy club that we just raised about $2,000 doing a trap and skeet shoot at the South Plains Gun Club, and everything is in motion and everything seems to be thriving right now.
Great. And you know that the department, we've had several people from the department come in and talk to us about various projects going on. And it's not just things going on here in our community, but around the world. We have professors traveling all over the world and speaking and meeting with other people in agriculture, and it's fascinating.
Yeah, it is really neat. You know, agriculture is really a global thing right now. Last fall, I had the opportunity to travel to China, had the chance to show some of the work that we're doing here in Texas to Chinese cotton producers. And this fall, we actually have a researcher from China who actually got her PhD at Texas Tech who's going to be coming back and seeing some of the aspects of the research harvesting and harvest aids that we use at the end of the year.
Wait, which part of China did you end up going to?
I was in Hubei. And let me say that I am a small farming background kid, and being in cities with 10 and 15 and 20 million people was a little bit overwhelming at times.
I'll bet.
Did you end up getting to see the Great Wall at all?
I didn't have a chance to see the Great Wall, but I did have a chance to see the Three Gorges Dam, which is supposed to be the largest dam in the world. And it was so big and the weather was so smoggy that I couldn't even see the other end of it.
Wow.
But the part that I could see was amazing. It's amazing to see the scale that some of these projects go in.
Yeah, especially with for them, all the water that they have to, maintain and keep them for reservoirs and everything else as well.
Yeah.
You had mentioned the agronomy club earlier. Are you doing any recruiting for that right now?
Yes, we're always recruiting for people in the agronomy club. A lot of our members are kids who are in plant and soil sciences, but we accept anyone who's interested in plants, anyone who's interested in agriculture. Right now we have a fantastic president of the agronomy club, Emily Keeling. She's a very motivated young lady. She and our farm manager set up the trap and skeet shoot, and we managed to get about 15 or 20 donors from the Lubbock area who were willing to participate either as sponsors or actually brought out teams and shot trap and skeet. And the neat thing was we hit a lot of trap and skeet, and we didn't hit each other, so we considered it
That's a success.
Yep.
How can somebody join that club?
The best way to join it, if you're already at Texas Tech, just come over to the Plant and Soil Science Department, meet the ladies in the office, Diane or Donna, and they'll point you to us. If you're considering coming to Texas Tech, the first week of classes, we actually have a departmental orientation, and we will be trying to invite you to come into the club at that time. So it's a very fun club. It's a very inviting club, and you're not going to have the experience like you do in some of the bigger colleges and bigger departments where incoming freshmen kind of feel like the cannibal that showed up late to dinner where all they get is the cold shoulder.
Yeah, right. Very good. All right, tell me about the, I've been wondering, and you could probably help me with this, but the cotton farmers, with all this recent rain that we've gotten, and it's been kind of a cool spring so far, where are we as far as planting goes with our farmers?
Well, certainly all of the areas right around Lubbock that got the big rainstorms over the last couple of days, we're going to be a few days before we're able to get back in the fields. Fortunately, we have a good soil moisture profile you were talking about. We're great as far as lake levels. We were fortunate last year to not have a large drop in the aquifer, but this was followed after 3 or 4 years where we had big drops in the aquifer. I anticipate at least early season our biggest issue is going to be trying to get enough warm weather to get the cotton and the sorghum up and happy and really moving. And then the reality is that we can go from lots of water to drought in just a few weeks if we don't get any more rainfall. So, we're really fortunate and blessed right now. But it'll probably be a little bit of a late planting season, and we're going to run into issues potentially with temperatures.
Another crop on the South Plains that has cropped up is grapes. How does all this rain affect our grape growing season?
Grapes are going to be very sensitive to water balance, just like other crops. Later in the season, you actually want drier conditions because it improves the quality of your grapes. It increases the flavor. It really makes for a better product when you get to the end of it. At this point in the season, the biggest issues we're going to run into are the potential of disease. But right now, I don't think anyone's complaining about having too much water.
Right. We'll take it, right?
Definitely.
Rob Snyder and Laura Mack talking with Glenn Ritchie from Texas Tech University Plant and Soil Sciences, as they have plenty of things going on with that department at Texas Tech. And one thing that is occurring, Glenn, is some expansion with your department.
That's correct. If you've been on campus in the last few months, you've noticed that we have a new wing of our building going up. We were fortunate to have a large donation from Bayer Crop Science and from others, which has allowed us to expand, and we're adding several thousand feet of new space into our building so that we can consolidate and work more closely with each other.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Bayer, they really are so involved in our agriculture community here and at Tech.
They are. We have a lot of graduates from Texas Tech who are working for Bayer. We have a very close working relationship with Bayer and some of the other large agricultural companies that make Lubbock their home.
Right.
Glenn, right quick, before you leave, tell everybody how they can get in touch with Texas Tech University Plant and Soil Sciences, and also if anybody does want to join the agronomy club, how they can do that as well.
All right. The best place to get in contact with us is on our Plant and Soil Science website. That's Plant and Soil Science at texastech.edu. And we are always interested in having contact with you. We have a recruitment coordinator named Christy Chadwell who is going around every day looking at students and inviting them to come to Texas Tech.
Cool.
Fabulous. And how do we join the agronomy club?
Plan to come the first week of school. We'll get you in the group, and it's going to be an opportunity to see much of the United States. We usually travel on about 3 or 4 trips a year and participate in competitions, leadership, retreats, etc.
Sounds fun.
Well, thanks a lot.
Thanks for coming in.